Welcome to Story Craft Portal. Today, we bring you a chilling crime story that will send shivers down your spine. This is a tale of love gone wrong. Imagine living your normal life when you suddenly vanish without a trace. Your phone is off, no one knows where you are, and the only person who might have answers insists that you leave alone. But the truth? It's far more horrifying. Pamela Alcantara was a bright, young woman with dreams of a better future. But on March 2nd, 2025, she vanished without a trace. Her friends and family grew worried when she stopped responding to messages. She had plans to meet a friend that evening, but never showed up. Her disappearance felt suspicious from the start. She wasn't the type to suddenly cut off contact. Her church community also noticed her absence, raising alarms. Her family reported her missing, and the police began their search. Authorities checked surveillance footage near her Bronx apartment. What they found was disturbing. Pamela's ex-boyfriend, Junior Perez Diaz, dragging a large suitcase. He claimed she left willingly, but something fell off. As detectives questioned him, inconsistencies in his story emerged. Days later, a horrifying discovery changed everything. The truth was far worse than anyone imagined. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered chilling evidence. Security footage from Pamela's apartment complex revealed Junior Perez Diaz dragging a heavy suitcase down the hallway. He looked around nervously, checking if anyone was watching. Neighbors later reported hearing muffled screams coming from Pamela's apartment that night. Some even recalled loud banging sounds, but no one imagined the horror unfolding behind closed doors. Police immediately suspected foul play. Detectives searched Pamela's apartment and found disturbing clues. Under UV light, traces of blood were discovered near the bedroom and bathroom. The walls showed signs of struggle. It was clear something terrible had happened. Despite mounting evidence, Junior denied everything. He insisted Pamela left on her own, but his story kept changing, making investigators even more suspicious. The search for Pamela intensified, leading to a shocking discovery. Days after Pamela's disappearance, authorities made a gruesome discovery. A suitcase was found abandoned near a remote, swampy area along the Sawmill River Parkway. Inside, wrapped in plastic, lay Pamela Alcantara's lifeless body. Forensic experts confirmed she had been strangled. Her body showed signs of struggle, proving she had fought for her life. The once bright and ambitious young woman had met a horrific fate. Police wasted no time arresting Junior Perez Diaz at his Bronx home. Despite the overwhelming evidence, he remained emotionless, claiming he was innocent. But surveillance footage, blood evidence, and witness statements told a different story. Pamela's family was devastated, demanding justice. Prosecutors built a strong case, revealing dark details about her troubled relationship with Junior. The trial was set to begin, and the horrifying truth behind Pamela's murder was finally coming to light. Junior Perez Diaz was taken into custody as news of Pamela's murder spread. Neighbors watched in shock as police escorted him from his Bronx apartment in handcuffs. The once charming man now looked cold and detached. Detectives interrogated him for hours, but he refused to confess. He insisted Pamela left on her own, but his alibi crumbled. The evidence against him was undeniable. Her blood in his apartment, his suspicious movements, and the chilling surveillance footage. Investigators also uncovered disturbing details about their relationship. Junior had a history of controlling behavior, and Pamela was trying to leave him. He couldn't accept it. The crime was not random. It was planned, with all evidence pointing to him. Junior was charged with kidnapping and murder. The case was headed to trial, and Pamela's loved ones demanded the harshest punishment. But more dark secrets were about to unfold. The courtroom was packed as Pamela's murder trial began. Her family sat in silence, staring at Junior Perez Diaz, who showed no remorse. Prosecutors laid out the horrific details of what had happened. They presented security footage of him dragging the suitcase, blood evidence from Pamela's apartment, and testimonies from neighbors who heard screams. The jury listened intently as the prosecution painted a picture of a jealous man who couldn't let go. Junior's defense tried to claim Pamela left willingly and that he had no part in her death. But when forensic experts took the stand, their analysis destroyed his lies. The suitcase, fibers, and DNA all connected him directly to the crime. As the trial continued, shocking messages between Junior and Pamela were revealed. Threats, obsessive texts, and desperate pleas. Proof that Pamela had feared for her life. The jury's decision was nearing, and justice was close. As the trial neared its end, emotions ran high. Pamela's family hoped for justice, while Junior remained emotionless, his fate resting in the jury's hands. The prosecution's case was strong, backed by undeniable evidence. Witnesses described Pamela's fear of Junior, his obsessive behavior, and his desperate attempts to control her. Experts confirmed that Pamela's death was no accident. It was a calculated act of violence. The jury deliberated carefully. During the closing arguments, the prosecutor's voice shook with emotion. Pamela wanted to escape, but he made sure she never could. The courtroom fell silent. Everyone awaited the verdict. As the judge prepared to announce the decision, Junior finally showed signs of fear. Would justice be served, or would he escape punishment? The next moments would decide everything. The courtroom fell silent as the jury returned with their decision. Pamela's family held their breath, clutching each other's hands. Junior Perez Diaz sat motionless, his expression unreadable. The judge read the verdict, guilty on all charges. A wave of emotion swept through the room. Pamela's loved ones wept. Justice had been served. Junior showed no reaction, but the weight of his fate settled in. The prosecution had proven beyond doubt that he planned and executed the crime. His obsession, jealousy, and rage had led to Pamela's tragic end. The judge wasted no time in announcing the next step: sentencing. Junior was now facing life in prison. His lawyers requested leniency, but the court had little sympathy. The final sentencing hearing was set, where Pamela's family would have their chance to speak. At the sentencing hearing, Pamela's family stood before the court. Her mother, voice trembling, spoke of her daughter's dreams, kindness, and the hole left in their lives. "She was our light, and he took her from us," she said. Junior Perez Diaz remained cold and silent. He refused to apologize or acknowledge his crimes. His lack of remorse only fueled the judge's final decision. The court sentenced him to life in prison without parole. There would be no second chances, no early release. Justice was absolute. Gasps filled the room as the judge delivered his final words. That Pamela's loved ones felt both relief and sadness. They had won the case, but their daughter was gone forever. Outside the courthouse, supporters held signs, "Justice for Pamela." The case had ended, but its impact would last forever. Junior Perez Diaz began his life sentence in a maximum security prison. Gone were the days of control. Now he was just another inmate. The same fear he had once inflicted now surrounded him. Inside prison, he was isolated. Other inmates knew his crime and despised him for it. He spent most days alone, haunted by the weight of his actions. Pamela's story became a warning to many. Social media flooded with posts about toxic relationships and the dangers of possessiveness. Her tragedy sparked discussions on recognizing red flags before it's too late. Her family turned their grief into advocacy, launching a foundation to support victims of domestic abuse. Pamela's name would never be forgotten. Though justice had been served, the pain remained. But one truth stood clear: Pamela's light would shine forever, even in the darkest of places. Though Pamela was gone, her story continued to inspire change. Her family established the Pamela Alcantara Foundation, helping women escape abusive relationships. Survivors shared their stories, finding strength in her memory. News of her tragic case spread worldwide. Schools and organizations started awareness programs on domestic violence, and recognizing warning signs. Pamela's story became more than just a crime. It became a movement. Junior Perez Diaz, now forgotten by the world, spent his days behind bars. No visitors, no letters, just the crushing weight of his guilt. His name faded, but Pamela's lived on. Every year on the anniversary of her passing, people lit candles in her honor. She was more than a victim. She was a symbol of resilience, love, and justice. Her light never dimmed. Pamela was gone, but she would never be forgotten.